name is Mrs. Smith. In our class, we spend time developing skills to be better visual communicators. In each class, students start with a daily warm-up where students read, analyze, draw, and write about art. In 8th grade, we focus on artist behaviors, develop drawing skills, and work with pencil, watercolor, clay, and digital illustration. In addition, each student maintains an art journal. All projects are done in class, but students are given the choice to bring work home if they need more time. If you have any questions or would like to know more about my class, please either email me or check out my website.
Hi parents, I'm Laura Garrison and I teach computer applications to all the 8th grade students. I really look forward to having them all, especially since I have an 8th grader this year. I live in town. Just a little bit about me. This is my family. I have a junior in high school and I have an 8th grader. I love my job. I love Chester so much I moved here. I'm a Google certified educator level 1, level 2, as well as a Google trainer. And I'm still working on things, still learning things. I remember the old technology you can see over here on the side. Just a few things we're going to be doing in class. Computer programming, we have a unit on that. We will be typing, although students can test out of typing. You can see right here that some of them are beating me. I was competing against them and they beat me sometimes. So if they can do that, then they can test out of typing. Also, we'll be looking at digital citizenship, internet safety. We'll be looking at the social dilemma, talking about social media and how that influences them. Also, we're going to be using Google Spreadsheets. We're using that right now, planning a budget, looking at what are our expenditures and charting them. Also, we're going to be looking at buying a car. What does it look like? What does a car payment look like based on APR in terms of the loan? And we use Google formulas in the spreadsheet to help us. So also they will have a choice module where they get to pick what they want to learn, one of which is Adobe Photoshop. Minecraft is one of them, and there's some programming along with Minecraft. So we have a lot of fun. We have a VR station and a flight simulator program, which is a new one this year. So I'm really looking forward to having your 8th graders. If you need to get in touch with me, here's some contact information, and look forward to seeing you around town. Take care.
Good evening. This is Mrs. Vespignani. I am the choral director and the performing arts teacher here at Black River Middle School. Welcome all you 8th grade parents to Back to School Night. As many of you may know, here at Black River, we have several different choruses. There's a 6th grade chorus, 7th grade chorus, there's an 8th grade chorus, and also select chorus. And chorus has already begun during enrichment, a different chorus every day. In 8th grade performing arts, there are a lot of different things that are focused on as far as musical and theatrical performances. So at the beginning of the marking period, we start off with a discussion of theater vocabulary that we will be using throughout the entire marking period. And then we move on to our first performance-based musical performance, which is actually the opera. So the students study operas. We particularly study 5 in our textbook. And after that, we move on to operettas. After the operettas, we move on to musicals. And they are taught in chronological order from when they were written. So operas, operettas, and musicals. After that, we move on to a variety of other units that we cover in 8th grade. Some of what we do is talking about 20th and 21st century music. And then we talk about careers in the music and theater industry. We also spend some time on resumes, resume writing, and auditioning. And toward the end of the marking period, we spend some time on our national anthem, which is the Star Spangled Banner, as well as a unit that incorporates several different patriotic elements throughout. Assessments in 8th grade include performances, projects, quizzes, and also tests. And after our 3 years together, Having performing arts in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, students will have a firm foundation of theater and musical knowledge that prepares them for high school and beyond. They are well prepared for when they get to high school and are taking their fine arts requirements, and I'm confident that they will do really well at the high school. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Good evening. Welcome to Back to School Night. My name is Andy Gray. I teach STEM, and this year for 8th grade, we're going to be in a situation where it's finally a lot of normalcy, and we'll be able to be uninterrupted throughout the marking periods and get a chance for them to have the full STEM experience, which is exciting. Right now, we're working on the robotics project. So we're going to build a robot. It's based on a historical theme. So we're going to move the robot on a large map. It's very much adding the arts, if you will, into STEM. So it turns into STEAM. They make a giant 5x5 map based on movement throughout American history. It can also be something that they've been interested in from previous years too, but usually a historical map demonstrating some type of movement. They create clay figurines, as well as writing a 3-paragraph essay and sentences. So it's quite a multifaceted project that they'll be working on. We're just finishing up on some background history on this unit. I can go ahead and advance the slides so you can see some of the projects that we'll be working on this marking period. As far as grades go, they are graded usually on a vocabulary quiz at the beginning of each unit. And then depending on the unit, there may be a final test, there may not be. It just depends on which one. Usually the robotics, they have a quest, which is sort of a combination of a quiz and a test at the very beginning, but it's double-sided, and they talk about not only the vocabulary of the unit, but also certain mechanical terms that are based on a lot of the things that the robots actually have that they'll be putting together, like servo motors, 180, 360 motors, things like that. From there, we're going to move on to the CO2 dragster unit. For that, they're going to be racing the dragster cars, and if you've come to some of the some of the science fairs in the past, you probably have seen the racetrack in action prior to 2021, but right up through 2020. So they get a chance to look at the physics of racing. We use a drag tunnel. We look at the weight, friction, and all things physics when it comes to that unit. Looking forward to another great year. Please, if you have any questions, my contact information is here. Hope you're having a great back to school night, and looking forward to getting into 2023. And this 8th grade group has been tremendous. We're excited as they move towards their Black River career in normalcy, which is great. So have a good evening. Thanks so much.